Right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Williams will try again. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Finding room at midfield, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He'll find Jones again, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Back to throw. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. To the air again, Fields. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
On first down, Fields. Throw left side, complete to Harry. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Falcons. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Bears, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role. quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw again on second down. Fields. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment it revealed itself. They can't beat us, let's go!
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. A great move by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Read option, here's Montgomery. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Right back to him on first down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Mariota to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Fields going to take this himself.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
Men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Herbert.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Williams. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here. I know that the fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, going back to Patterson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old, reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few